All right, love people. So it is actually 2:01 right now. Honestly, I don't even know where that video I go. Originally, like I literally just came from the gym and yeah, just come from the gym and I had a video originally planned as it relates to an idea and to how to like basically build your portfolio or like tips and tricks to build your portfolio up to a particular goal, etc. etc. Whilst I was coming over, I ended up stumbling on this photo that I had made about 4 or 5 years ago, which is this. I put it on screen, and I've been moving so fast for the past few years. I haven't really stopped to kind of see where I have based on who I want it to be. So I was asking myself, would the younger version of me be proud of the version of me that is currently here? Oh, awesome! Turn on lights, see me. Sit up back, cool look of vibes. Anyways, so yeah, so ask myself, would the younger version of me be proud of the version of me that is here right now? And this was before even went to college. So I did this in sixth form. This what do you call it, vision board or something like that. So one of the things I told myself was, hey, if I go pay student loan for go college, I wouldn't go. Lucky enough, I never really have any beneficiary per se or someone that say, hey, I'll sign this. And the person who I was staying with, my grandma, couldn't at that point so I tell myself say, oh, if after take student loan to go college, I'm actually now go. Luckily, I never had to go, and I also never had to take on a student loan. I had to work very, very hard and work off work some ridiculous hours, even work while I was going to college during COVID. So, there's that. First I make friends, I've made a few friends. Not a lot, but I've made a few friends. The other one is own a few nice car. I'd consider the car that I currently have to be nice because it was the car that I wanted for my first car. And I also had my driver's license. When I got my driver's license back when I was 18, I say I must able to buy a car by the time the driver's license expire, which was 5 years. And it happened. I don't know if it's like putting it out universe, however, but it happened, and I was like, okay. I said, all right, yeah, put in the work. So school check, car check, going to gym, well, work in progress. And another one is that I saw as well is master the forex and stock market. Oh, I've mastered none of those as yet. Honestly, the stock market I've made more progress compared to the forex market, but I still don't feel like I have mastered it yet. Yes, I'm currently like a school same way. Currently doing CFI after I want the CFA for the investing, and then we'll love with the forex market afterwards. But it's still progress. And some of them things here, like sometimes it's not for just gates of grace. So yeah. Anyways, and the original idea of the video was to how to build a $1 million portfolio. Honestly, it is something that I wanted to do per se. And I think I've figured out a way how to do it because I've been making honest progress. Uh but yeah. And bear in mind, even though I'm aiming for a mil, you don't necessarily have to be $1 million. So you can be $100,000. Yeah, 100,000 probably be the next major goal somebody can aim to achieve for the year. Alright, we're already halfway through the year, so technically this would be unfair. But yeah, still can attempt to something, and I just follow the same structure. So the first thing you're going need to do as it relates to this finding the whole goal situation is, one, you're going need to know your goal. For example, for this example, this is $1 million. Uh yeah, that is your goal. That's the goal you want to hit by year end. $1 million invested in the market, or maybe in your case, maybe it's $100,000. So let's say that's the case. And between the hundred between 100,000 and $1 million, honestly, 5 stocks is cool. The third thing you're going to have to do is divide them however you feel it. You can have 5 stocks at, for let's use $100,000 for this case, which might be closer to probably what somebody that click on this video might watch. So let's say you have the $100,000, 5 stock. It don't necessarily have to mean that the five you have 5 stocks and each stocks get 20 grand. It can be a different weight based on the type of investor that you choose to be. So let's say you're a dividend investor. You probably want like maybe like 40% of your portfolio in dividends, and then maybe the rest between like stable and growth, or that version. So let's say we're going to use that same example. Let's say 40% we're going to use as dividends, and then the rest we're going to use as stable and growth. For this example, I'm going to pick just some stocks off the top of my head. So TJH Carreras would be my dividend stocks, and then I guess Regency would be my growth stocks, and then to like balance out this portfolio would be Separate and Grace. And the reason why I would choose this dynamic as it relates to investment is because dividends is something that you're going to see especially as a new investor. It's going to be something that you can see. Say, oh, I get little cash in my account from investing. That's something where you can end up use and buy KFC like when you did one time. Um, so there is that. There's something where you can, say, all right, I get this from investing. You see me, and not just a gain or a shortfall that you might. It's not tangible, basically. With the growth stocks now, you give me a portfolio the opportunity to actually, kind of grow, you know, kind of grow, and maybe even if you're lucky, if you give dividend or become even like a stable stock. And then stable stocks are stocks where they're going to typically do okay in the market. So your portfolio not going to be completely bashed, or yeah, it's something to basically keep your portfolio safe or so. So let's say we put let's say we're going dividends. All right, let's say we're going dividends, and we're going to change 40 to 50%. I'm going to use 25 for trans, 25,000 for Carreras. Those two dividend stocks, Carreras pay 4 times, trans pay 2 times. So at this point, I think trans pay already, Carreras supposed to super pay again. So so you have something looking forward to for sure each year, because they have the track record of being dividend stocks. And then you can probably put 20 in Grace and 20 in Separate, and then 10 in Regency. For this example, if you're going a higher number, you can just multiply it. So let's say those are the stocks that we have. All right, even the stocks that we choose. So already no goal, already find the stocks that we want. I already figure out how we're going to divvy it up, basically. And if you have the 100,000 one time, fine, you can buy the stocks. But the plan for this now going to be real simple. All you're going to do is the first batch of payment. So let's say you end up finding yourself with the first 10 grand. the way how you dividing it up, you can divide it accordingly. So let's say 100,000 is your aim, but you find the first 10 grand and you put the 2,500 in a chance, 2,500 in a careers, and following. So that'll be 1,000 in a region, say 2,000 in a grace and separate. Fine. Also, with what this also allows you to do is that, remember, the stock market fluctuates. So if the stock market fluctuates, you might, let's say you buy TGH at $3.70. I mean, so whenever, let's say we buy a stock this month and it down, and there's nothing fundamentally changed about the company, all you have to do is just go to BAM, we go and buy a little more in this particular stock this month than the other ones, because we'll get the same stocks that we wanted at a cheaper price. So I feel like that would be a good little way to do it. And also, because humans operate on dopamine, what you can do is create like a roadmap. So for example, because this is what I'm doing, honestly, I'm doing something like this. I'm doing something like this right now. So let's say you create a roadmap, maybe for let's using the $100,000. Let's say you have from 0 to 10 grand, and then from 10 grand to maybe like 35, 40 grand, and then from 40 grand to like 50 or 60,000, etc., etc. Yeah, let's say that is your roadmap and that's your plan. Whenever you reach each of those milestones, I would like you to treat yourself. So you might have a list of things that you want to buy, but use this investing strategy to basically like incentivize yourself. For example, this current watch that I'm on, see if we can pick it up. This was when I reached, I think it was like 250,000. So yeah. So when I reached the 250,000 mark for this challenge that I'm doing, I bought this watch basically, and it's kind of a reminisce to say, hey, all right, yeah, man, you're up on the journey, and you buy this as a win. Bear in mind, the thing is, you can't buy something more expensive than your current goal. So this watch cost me, I think, $12,000, 12,000 something after 12, probably 13 grand, probably 13 grand. But that was when I reached $250,000. So it was less than 10% of what I actually did invest for that period. So and then you can get more and more elaborate. So let's say, for example, you're at 25,000. So you reach $25,000 and you'll be like, all right, you maybe see this one earphone we like, maybe for 5 grand, or maybe you want like probably go get ice cream, which probably like 2.5 or so, like little treats, like not necessarily be materialistic. It can also be a treat or something you want, and then you put it down. And then something you really, really want, you put it at the end goal. For me, is another watch, which is expensive. Yeah, it's expensive. But I'm really excited to get it, and it kind of motivates you to go towards it. So me, I know I have colognes, LEDs I want to put in my car. I have the watch case. Yeah, another watch. So there's that earphones, and those are like each milestones that I reach. So yeah, this wasn't really a long video. Honestly, I just didn't want to come talk to him. It's like an interim. I don't know if I'm going to even drop this video before or after the fast reach analysis, because I'm still going through the company. So, but no. But the aim is to reach 5,000, because that's when I'm also, my year goal is to reach 5,000 subscribers. Say, man, try do some little filler content that I feel like might be a good, idea. Matter of fact, I might even drop this video before the fast rate and then drop the fast rate after, because this is a quick edit. So yeah. So how to reach your ideal portfolio? I know that the thumbnail probably said $1 million portfolio. But it can be really $100,000 portfolio or even $50,000. It's really whatever you can manage and you can aim for. So as I say, the first thing you're going to do is pick your goal, whether it's 50 grand, 100 grand, $1 million, $2 million, $20 million. Pick your goal, and you're going to find the stocks that you're going want investing for this period. And the other thing you're going to do is, once you find those stocks and they're within your capacity, with whether and they're within what you want, whether it's growth, dividend, stable, whatever that is, then those are those stocks that you're going to pick. Once you have those stocks, you buy the stocks in incremental pieces, right? The fluctuation on the market, you may be able to benefit from it. So when the stock price go up, you might not want to buy as much from the stock there, but when it go down, you might want to buy up because the stock price fluctuates. And then once you have all of that, then you just create a treating scheme or a goal, essentially. So when we reach $10,000 more on this, when we reach $20,000 more on this, as like a little treat for myself. When we reach 100,000 more on a treat. So you classify it in things that you want, and then all the way down to things that you really, really want. And then once you reach that, then you'll be fine. Once you hit that even last goal you're going to be really excited. You're really proud of yourself, and you're going to be proud of yourself in two folds. You're able to get where you want, and you also were able to invest a particular amount where you feel comfortable with. So yeah, this probably is a short video. Come think about it, because I've only been talking for like 20 something minutes. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I really wanted the Airbnb video, but we are still booked. We're still booked, so we can't go down there. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. I don't know if we made the intro, but don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe to a friend. And with that said, love you guys, and catch you next one. Peace.